if you're gonna be my baby. Listen to your mama and you never will regret it. And if anybody wonders, you can tell them that I said it. The only thing I know is I don't ever can forget you. I've been longing for you, baby, ever since the day I met you. I got you where I want you, and I'm never gonna let you get away from me. Hear what I tell you, I'm the guy for you. So you better start to face it. If you ever lose my love, you know you never can replace it. It's time for you to start to give me some love. To touch me this hard. Time for you to give me a little too dumb, baby. Hold me tight and do what I tell you. I want you. I want you. I want you too. I want you. 50s vocalist did not around. And neither do I. Last video, I ended with a wonderful quote by my sister. Why can't you make anything I will want to eat? Or something like that. Well, I thought of things my sister likes, and the only thing she likes, other than making my life miserable, is cookies. So today, we are making cinnamon roll cookies. Don't let the stars get in your eyes, don't let the moon break your heart. What you will need to make these hoes are not that much flour, sugar, salt, cinnamon, vanilla, baking powder, and butter. You also need some icing, but I already have icing from yesterday's debacle. The Swiss roll. Don't have the heart to throw it away, even though it's shit. So let's just dive in. Unlike yesterday, I'm actually gonna read the directions. And first they tell you to soften the butter and whip it until it turns creamy. Next, you're gonna add in your vanilla, 2 teaspoons. And then lastly, you're gonna take your egg at room temperature and crack that baby in here. I forgot to take the egg out of the refrigerator, so I have it here soaking in some warm water. I think something's wrong. I'm gonna show you all here. Doesn't that look like it's split? Or like curdled or something? Hey, I don't know what the happened, so I'm on my way to the store to get more butter because that's all we had. I think it's funny that I said the only thing that brings my sister more joy than cookies is making me miserable. I think these are just going hand in hand because I'm pissed and I'm making something for my sister, so like, wow. Just went to the store, I got my butter. It says the butter needs to be softened, saving time, and I'm gonna sit on it my entire way home. I'm truly at a loss for whatever the hell just happened, but we have the butter and we're gonna start over. I've never been so scared to crack an egg in my life, but we're going round 2. It did it again. We're gonna roll with it. I added my sugar, whiskey. So it actually mixed together quite well. It doesn't look curdled anymore, so that's cute. We need 2 1/4 cup of flour. And then we need 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then whisk it together. Why did I seem so happy? I was like, and whisk it together. And now you're gonna add about 1/4 cup at a time until it is combined, whisking on low. until you can't whisk anymore and you have to use your hands. Okay, so I have my dough. I split it in 2 pieces, and now I'm gonna roll it out for about a 1/4 inch thick. The dough seems kind of dry. I've been trying to work it, but it cracks a lot, so what the f, I'm just gonna roll her out into a rectangle. I'm just gonna use my hands. And you're gonna want it to be about 9 by 7. All right. So I'm gonna try to figure this out, and then I'll get back to y'all. Okay, so basically I spritzed it with a little water and it stopped it cracking a little bit. Now what you have to do is you have to take 2 tablespoons of butter, and you have to melt it in the microwave or on the stove, however you want to melt it. But make sure it's not scalding hot. And then you're going to drizzle some on the cookie dough, rub it in. And once you've covered your cookie dough with the butter, you're gonna take a combination of 1/4 cup of sugar and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. And you're just gonna sprinkle half of the mixture on top of the butter, like so. Because remember, we have another piece that we have to do. And then you're gonna carefully roll it up. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this without it cracking tons, which, alrighty, let's try rolling it the other way. No, all right, so cool. I'm just gonna do that. Cute, cute. Looks great. It's literally falling apart. And then I'm just gonna you know what we're gonna do? Pour the butter in, pour in your cinnamon and sugar, and just start kneading that in. You know, baking is all about improvising, you know? When things don't go the way they should, which clearly happens a lot, you just gotta go and do whatever you need to do to try to save it. Okay, so this was the biggest fail. Okay, so I have this dough filled with cinnamon and sugar. I'm gonna chill this. I'm like still trying like this is gonna like work out, okay? I'm gonna chill this. I'm gonna clean up a little bit, and then we're gonna roll it out and just make cookies. I don't, you. All right, so my dough is chilled and my oven's preheated. So I have my dough here, and what I'm just gonna do, because I want them to be pretty uniform, is I'm just going to take a little ball, roll it out so it's relatively 1/4 in diameter, or in width. I'm gonna take this measuring cup, and I'm just going to use it as a cookie cutter. And I don't know how much these spread or if they even spread at all, but I don't want them to stick together, so I'm not taking any chances. So I'm just going to put 6 on this baking sheet and hope for the best. These are going to cook for about 10 minutes in the oven, and then you're gonna let them cool for 5 minutes in the pan and transfer them to a wire rack. I still have faith. I shouldn't, but I do. All right, so I'm taking them, transferring them to my wire rack. They don't spread, so I'm just going to plop as many on here as I can to get this shit over with. Okay, so I'm on Pinterest where I found this stupid recipe, and it has like so many good reviews. And I'm like, how did she do it? How did this person do it? All right, so they did it They did it. Those look great. But my bitch coming out here in solidarity with my inability to do anything. What's your name? Her name's Lindsay. Lindsay, if you're out there, same. I didn't even, no, oh no. All right, so I have my icing that I use for the Swiss roll melted into a glaze. And I have my cookies that have cooled. They look really shit, but we're still gonna roll with it. And I'm just gonna drizzle them with some of the frosting glaze. Bada boom, bada bing. It's cookie tasting time. So, Bello, what the Okay, so I'm gonna just try a cookie and then clean up. Which one should I have? They all look so good. If you hear that obnoxious sound in the background, it's my dog attacking a balloon. All right, cheers, bitch. They're not bad, but I've certainly had better. But they are pretty good. All right.